Disney Channel is on the air.
Did you know Disney Channel, the network that brought us wholesome shows like Lizzie McGuire and Hannah Montana, might have a darker side? Behind the scenes, there are stories of questionable hiring practices, intense pressure on young actors, and even a fight for creative control. So was Disney Channel all sunshine and rainbows? Or is there more to the story? Get ready to explore the highs and lows of Disney Channel as we know it. In 1977, when cable TV was just starting to grow, a guy named Jim had a big idea at Disney. A special channel for families called the Disney Channel. But lots of people at Disney didn't get it and thought it wouldn't work because not many people had cable. Jim didn't give up though. He thought families really wanted shows they could watch together. Finally, in the 1980s, Disney made a ton of money and built Epcot. They said yes to Jim's idea. And that's how the Disney Channel, the most famous kids channel ever, got its start. In the late 1990s, two adorable brothers, Dylan and Cole Sprouse, became big stars. Born into showbiz and helped by laws in California that wanted twin child actors, they got noticed quickly. Their first big role was in a movie with Adam Sandler called Big Daddy, and it made them famous. But what really made them super popular was when they joined the Disney Channel. Disney was making lots of fun shows for kids, and one of them was The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. It was all about these mischievous twins living in a fancy hotel, and Dylan and Cole were perfect for it. They weren't just twins. They each had their own funny personalities that people loved. As The Sweet Life took center stage, Disney Channel proved itself as a go-to for great entertainment. Alongside classics like Lizzie McGuire and Hannah Montana, the network became a hub of fun and nostalgia for everyone. From doubters to believers, the journey of Disney Channel and the Sprouse twins shows the power of chasing dreams, even when others aren't sure. And now, get ready to dive into the luxurious Tipton Hotel in the newest Disney Channel series. Meet London Tipton, the rich girl with a hidden longing, and Maddie Fitzpatrick, the down-to-earth candy counter worker. Casting these roles was a big deal, with Ashley Tisdale and Brenda Song bringing their own magic to the characters. Kim Rhodes played Carrie Martin, a single mom who sings at the hotel while raising her boys. Phil Lewis was Mr. Mosby, the strict hotel manager who also acted like a dad to London Tipton and drove Zack and Cody crazy. Adrian Armante played Esteban, the quirky bellboy, while Brian Stepanek was Arwen, the eccentric engineer who caused chaos. Allison Stoner joined as Max, a tough skater who became friends with the twins. But the show wasn't just about them. It introduced a bunch of new talents, like Victoria Justice, Nathan Kress, Rainey Rodriguez, Moises Arias, Vanessa Hudgens, Daniela Monet, Drew Seeley, and the famous Selena Gomez. Even Emma Stone lent her voice to London Tipton's dog, Ivana. With guest stars like Jesse McCartney and the Cheetah Girls, The Sweet Life was a huge hit. But behind the fame, there was a disturbing truth. Despite what you might expect, Disney Channel hired Brian Peck, a guy with a troubling past, to voice a character. He'd been in trouble before for things involving a child actor. It showed that even in Hollywood, where you think people would be careful, there weren't always enough protections for young actors. It's surprising how someone with such a dark past could still find work in TV and movies, even on popular shows like Kenan and Kel and The Amanda Show. And it's even worse to find out that he got close to another child actor on set, only to end up facing criminal charges from the same person later on. In 2003, the LAPD arrested Brian Peck for crimes against a child actor from Nickelodeon. Detectives feared there might be more victims because Peck had been in the industry for a long time. Sadly, many survivors in Hollywood stay silent to protect their careers. Peck pleaded guilty, but served only 16 months in prison. Shockingly, Disney Channel hired him shortly after his release to voice a character on The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. This raises serious questions about how Disney checks the backgrounds of people they hire, and if they're really committed to keeping child actors safe. But Peck isn't the only one. Victor Salva, a filmmaker convicted in 1988, worked with Disney on the movie Powder in 1995. Even though people protested, Disney defended their decision, saying Salva had paid his debt to society. The victims' complaints caused a big uproar, with Disney facing a lot of criticism. Some supported the victim, but others tried to make him look bad. Still, Disney stuck by their choice, making a lot of people angry. It's important to hold big companies accountable for their actions, especially when it comes to justice and entertainment. The stories of Peck and Selva show how hard it is for survivors in Hollywood and why it's important to push for change. It's shocking that convicted offenders keep getting jobs in Hollywood, especially on shows for families. Despite their pasts, people like Joshua Workman, who managed the Sprouse twins, slipped through the cracks. Even after admitting to charges involving minors and alcohol, Workman's case was dropped, letting him keep working in Canada under a new name. In response to cases like Brian Peck's, California passed AB 1660 in 2012, which required background checks for people working closely with child actors. But the law has gaps, leaving some industry pros unchecked and potentially endangering young performers. Also, Disney Channel's 65-episode rule added stress to child actors and crews, leading to exhausting schedules. Despite improvements and easing of this rule, challenges persist for child actors in balancing work and life. As The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody hit its 65-episode mark, it surprised everyone with another season, showing its lasting popularity. Disney even thought about sequels like The Sweet Life on Deck and Housebroken, but only the former aired. Challenges arose in the show's third season, with Ashley Tisdale's limited availability and a Writers Guild strike in 2007 causing chaos. Despite plans for sequels, only The Sweet Life on Deck made it to TV, while Housebroken never aired. Disney then turned to Wizards of Waverly Place to continue its success. Debbie Ryan, who started her career on Barney, was a smart addition to the show. Playing Bailey, London's roommate, she brought a new spark to the series and expanded Disney's talent pool. Her journey from a regular teen in Texas to joining the Sweet Life crew captured the excitement of Disney Channel fame. After the huge success of The Sweet Life on Deck, Dylan and Cole Sprouse, the beloved twin stars, were ready for a change. Despite their show's massive popularity and record-breaking episodes, they decided it was time to move on in 2011. Wanting to focus on education and step away from the Hollywood scene, they negotiated one last season of their Sweet Life franchise with a twist. Dylan and Cole wanted to be executive producers and take control creatively. They imagined a new season where Zack and Cody returned to Boston, facing challenges like the hotel's bankruptcy and their transition to adulthood. As the season unfolded, Cody headed off to college while Zack pursued a career in business, showing that there's more than one path to success. This departure from the typical Disney formula was Dylan and Cole's way of challenging themselves and their audience with deeper storytelling. Approaching the end of their time with Disney Channel, the Sprouse twins had a vision. One last season of The Sweet Life, where they would act as executive producers, setting the stage for a spin-off. But Disney executives didn't share their enthusiasm. Feeling disrespected and unappreciated, the twins were hurt when Disney later proposed a similar spin-off idea without them. Their experience highlighted the struggles faced by Disney Channel stars, who often feel confined by the network's expectations. Joe Jonas, in an honest essay, described the pressure to please executives and fans, revealing how Disney controlled every aspect of their lives. Do you like Disney? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. And do subscribe to our channel for more such amazing videos.